Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. And today I am a little nasally, I'm a little stuffed up, so try to excuse the nasally voice. It's really annoying, I know, but bear with me. But anyway guys, today we're going to be doing a movie review, and I'm going to be giving my opinion on what I thought of Malignant, which just came out. So Malignant is a movie that was written and directed by James Wan, who is known for the Conjuring universe and Insidious. And the star of this movie is Annabelle Wallis, who plays the character Madison Mitchell. Now there is going to be some spoilers in this movie, so spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, I suggest you scoot on out of here. But I'm just going to be giving my opinion on what I thought about this movie. I did watch it with Tina, and we both liked it. Like, we liked it, but it was not up to the same standards, in my opinion, as The Conjuring, or any of the Conjuring movies, including the Annabelle movies, or even Insidious. It didn't live up to the scariness as those movies are. Like, they tend to be a little more frightening. But it did, however, it was a really good movie. Like, it was interesting. I found myself, like, asking questions. Like, me and Tina were literally, we didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into. We just seen this movie was promoted on the Conjuring, like, the Conjuring universe Facebook page. So we were like, oh, we gotta watch it. It's probably, like, part of the Conjuring universe now. And it didn't really feel like that. It didn't fit at all in with all of the other Conjuring movies. It didn't feel like that at all. It's a totally different genre of its own. I would describe this as more a hybrid between, like, a little bit Wrong Turn and a little bit of, like, Silent Hill, and I got a freaking hair in my mouth, but also I guess a kind of little bit of Insidious. It's a very bizarre movie. And though it is good, it's just very confusing. It's the type of movie that I feel like you would have to watch more than once to understand, because when you're first watching the movie, it kind of feels a little bit like maybe this is about aliens. And Tina specifically guessed aliens, but from the intro alone, I was like thinking maybe this is a little more about Wrong Turn type of thing, because the intro is very similar to the Wrong Turn intro. It's talking about, like, genetics and mutation and stuff like that, and it's very crazy, it's very bizarre. But neither of us looked into this at all. We were just like, let's watch it. So we didn't know what we were really getting ourselves into. We just knew it was directed by James Wan. I will say it's not a movie that I'm a fan of. Like, I wouldn't watch it more than once. I mean, like, maybe twice, maybe 3 times pushing it, but it's not the type of movie that I would watch religiously. Like, I love Jeepers Creepers. I must have watched that at least 100 times. And same with, like, Annabelle, The Conjuring, The Nun, like, all of these movies, like, they're the type of movies that I will watch repeatedly, including Wrong Turn over here and It over here. Like, we got a bunch of things here. These are literally my favorite movies, and I would just say that Malignant is definitely not going to be one of them. Though I will say it starts off, it's very misleading at the beginning, because you see the main character Maddie, she's like seeing what looks to be like The Grudge. That's another movie that's like kind of like fits into this whole like hybrid thing. It's a little bit like The Grudge also, where you got like she can see something, this creature or this entity, whatever it is. It's like a black shape of a human, and you can't really tell what it is, but it kills her boyfriend, who she's in a very toxic relationship with anyway. And so it like kills him, and she sees it, and like it chases her around the house, and she's terrified of it, and the house is pretty spooky. And the house does look a lot like the house that was in one of the Insidious movies. I don't remember which one, but it's like the whole like layout of the downstairs looks almost the same, so I'm pretty sure it's the same set. So at the start of the movie, me and Tina were both kind of like a little bit anxious, a little bit sitting on the edge of our seats, like, what the heck is going on? What is that? What is that? But it turns out to be something that you would never expect. I mean, kind of thinking about it now, the intro does kind of give it away a little bit, but not to that extent that I was imagining. It was so random that at the end, by the time you reach the end of the movie, it's no longer a scary movie. Like, it goes from that transition of, like, it starts off pretty scary, like, you think it's about The Grudge or something, but then toward the end of the movie, it becomes kind of laughable. It's almost like a comedy. However, it's not a disappointment. It's not a disappointing movie at all. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It was interesting. It was, like, strange. It was weird. It's the type of movie that you would want to watch if you really want to just be, like, kind of confused. And at the end have this, like, oh, I'm still confused. Like, if you want to have that experience, this is the movie for you. I mean, even thinking about it now, the title of the movie actually kind of gives it away because, okay, I'm going to really spoil it here, so if you haven't seen it, don't listen. But there is the whole point of the movie and what the bad guy turns out to be at the end is the girl herself, Maddie. She is the bad guy. It turns out that she had a conjoined twin, and it's like a malignant tumor. Instead of, like, you got benign and then you got malignant. And so I guess it kind of does give it away in the title. Or I didn't really know what, like, malignant meant in context of a title of a movie. But it makes sense now that this tumor was growing on the back of her. And it was like some wrong turn shit. Like, you should see it. It was insane. And there is, by the way, let me just put this out there. The movie is not disappointing if you love blood and guts. Like, literally, more people died in this movie. You see more blood and guts in this movie than you do in any of the Conjuring movies, any of the Annabelle movies, and even any of the Insidious movies. There's a lot of blood and guts, and it's insane. And the special effects are actually really good. I thought it was insane. I love the scene, which is like a little bit like Silent Hill, when the walls start to like crumble around her and like it changes her location. It kind of reminded me of like the darkness is coming and everything turns to ash. So I love the effects of that. Like, the effects in this movie were actually really good. So you're definitely not you're not short of any blood and guts or anything like that, trust me on that. But the malignant tumor is actually her conjoined twin, I guess, or it's not even a twin, it's like it's literally a tumor, but it's grown. I can't remember. I did read about this once and I made a Facebook post about it. But there's like a type of tumor that can actually grow eyes, it can grow hair, it can grow bone, it can grow teeth. And she had one of these on her back. And so you find that out later on in the movie that because she was adopted when she was a kid, she didn't know where she came from, who her real parents were, and she had this surgery to remove this tumor which was sharing her brain. And it had a name. She named it something, but I don't remember the name right now. She used to have conversations with this thing, and all of her family and stuff thought it was like an imaginary friend. But no, it turned out to be her sharing this brain with this thing that was stuck to her back and had arms, and it was like a mutant, and it was stuck on her, but it shared her brain. So she was having conversations with it that nobody else could hear, only her, because it was in her head. But this thing, she thought she had like a psychic ability, because she wasn't aware herself that she had this malignant tumor, because she like blacked out that part of her life. But this thing was like, she thought she was like having psychic visions, because she would have these visions where like suddenly everything would like corrode around her and then it would change the location, and she was like paralyzed for a second, just unable to do anything but watch. And she would watch as this entity kills people, and she had no idea what this entity was. She thought it was like her imaginary friend killing people, and like just random people that all turned out to be connected from her past. Like, they were people who worked on her in the past. So she didn't really know them now, though, and she was just seeing people getting killed all the time before it happened. Sort of like a premonition. And so she was like working with the police to help them. Like, I've seen this person die, I know where he is, we need to go there right now and stop it. But by the time they get there, the deed's already done. However, it turns out to be her all along. And it's because she kind of loses control of her brain and the malignant tumor takes over. And the malignant tumor is like an evil twin that's literally conjoined to her. So it makes her do all the killing and stuff like that. And it's crazy. Like, the face is like inside her, the back of her hair. And I know that sounds like unrealistic. She would have felt it or something, but they actually, when they performed surgery on her when she was a kid, they like cut open her skull. They cut as much of the tumor off as they could and then put the rest of it inside her skull. Otherwise, if they took that off, it would have killed her. So they like stitched up her skull again. And it's weird. Like, it's a really weird movie. It really doesn't make sense, because it also has like this malignant tumor also has like superhuman powers, and it would like scale the side of buildings and stuff like that, like freaking Superman. But it was a really good movie. It's entertaining. Like, it's fun to watch. It's not, if you're watching it to get scared, you're not really gonna get scared. If you're watching it just for some fun and blood and guts and like some good effects and like some superhero like climbing up the buildings and shit like that, then this movie might be good for you. It's actually really fun. I enjoyed it, and I typically don't like this kind of movie, but I thought it was actually kind of good. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comment section if you've seen Malignant and what did you think of it. I thought it was pretty good. I know a lot of people didn't really approve of it. They were like, wasn't scary at all. But I don't think it was meant to be a scary movie. I thought it was supposed to be just kind of like a bizarre movie. It's a little bit like that movie The Basket Case from the 1980s. It's not scary, it's just fucking weird. But let me know what you guys thought of it. Smash a like on this video and I'll see you right back here in the next one. Peace out and chase your dreams. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoy my videos and you would like to support me and my channel more and also be featured in my videos, go check out my Patreon. Link is in the description. I would really appreciate any help you guys have to offer. As you can see, we have different tiers, different rewards, so go over there, check it out, and I would really appreciate that. Every little helps. Thank you so much. And also, guys, don't forget to subscribe with the notification bell on, and also follow me on all my social media. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Snapchat. So go follow me on all of those, and remember the most important thing, I love you guys, and chase your dreams.